Hey, 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 it is lunchtime here at the Dota Summit. Joining me is Lumi. Welcome to the couch. You've been adminning, helping out the teams in the rooms, getting the inside scoop, and now on finals day we bring you on.
I've been let out of the basement.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Gorman just stuffed me in there. It's like, you're here for the whole event. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I escaped.
Yeah, you just put the headsets back on, you guys, whenever you're ready. Has it been a fun, insightful experience? I mean, you can't share too much since that is a private vacation, but like, what's the?
I'd rather be in the room than in here.
Okay. I feel like you're learning more as a Dota cast.
Begrudgingly, I'm coming on here.
Yeah. Would you work as Summit, Sam, as an admin in the rooms?
That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, I think teams would have a problem with that if like actual players were doing it. I think they would be very, yeah, especially doable.
You would reveal everything to everyone.
I don't think any team, like majority of teams will just be like, no, it's a team that like a Chinese team because you Chinese. At least as far as we
Sam's been knowing. He's been learning just with a fiend.
Or just bringing like a little tape recorder in his pocket, record all the communication happening there.
So,
which are the most fun teams to be in the room with?
OG. They're just like pretty chill stuff. Except yesterday when they show up against EG, they look very serious. I was intimidated by Fly, and he's normally like, you know, pretty chill guy.
Yeah, it's different. Like if there's a big match coming up, there's a different vibe going on.
Game face.
yesterday was okay with it.
I am too, Sam.
So, looking at the first pick, Fnatic is first pick this game. I think they should ban SD here and first pick the Lively.
10 seconds remaining.
Fnatic's first pick 2 games in a row, so a lot of emphasis.
If 343 was listening, that is what you should do, man. Hope he told Envy that. I want a game 3. I don't want 2-0-2-0, you know? Agree? No 2-0-2-0?
I don't want that. I'm down for.
We have a fast
Yay!
for
Adam
more
was
Mafia.
listening.
Fast
Or
day,
he
more map.
thought about himself.
What do you reckon? Which one do you think it was, Sam? He thought of it himself, or did he hear you?
I mean, he's one of those guys. He likes listening into all the casts too. He told me he learned some stuff, so he might not have been, but I saw him sitting over there. No, I think it's smart. You should, especially if like you know, yesterday when no one and Lil were like casting and stuff. You learn a lot about how the players think. So they should first pick the Wyvern here, if they are prepared for game 2. Because you should like. Game 1, you know, you need to, like, whatever, they lost, but they should learn from it. And I think for Envy especially, he's a person that learns from it. Oh, no. Not. So OG should take Wyvern here. They know it's the only 5. They might not. They might try and take the Naga again. But,
Can you take both?
Wyvern Naga? It could be. It's not as good as SD Naga. But what other stuff does OG open? There's Earth Spirit. They can do Wyvern Earth Spirit. It's a really strong duo.
Bane's in the pool. That's one of the other 5. Fly dislike playing Bane.
Yeah, I don't. He likes 5 heroes that can clear waves.
Yep.
I noticed. That can get fat. Look at all his heroes. SD has Third Spell, Rasta has Fork Lightning, and Wyvern has his W.
There's also Phoenix.
I don't think they're a huge fan of the the hero is just so weak in lane. He's a useless level 1 hero. Like his level 1, he doesn't have a spell that does anything.
On Hayden on dive? Yeah. It's a good 20 damage a second or something. 15? I don't even know.
It slows them at least.
Yeah, it does have a slow, but.
Wyvern plus Clock or something.
Yeah. That sounds decent. Tuskers have been another popular Derek's hero. They get Earth Spirit though.
Wyvern maybe? Should? Unless they have a core. Most of the time they like picking both their supports in second pick.
The other, I mean, the cores would be like the S4 heroes probably. Oh, the Tiny is actually that's okay. That's better. Like the Puck, the Brew, the 2 S4.
Yeah,
ones,
Puck.
I guess.
Panda's still there. They could go for the Panda route. I think Fly wants to rate his hero high though. For sure, he should. And Fnatic was first pick last game, so I think it was Blitz that said that maybe OG took second pick. Okay, they took the Panda instead. So, no Wyvern for them. I guess they really want this Panda. They rate it higher than Fly's hero. It's interesting. Now I want to see if Envy bans the Wyvern or takes it here.
I think there's also something to be said, like, Brew is going to work in that offlane regardless, and maybe they think they can use the 5 position. Like, they can be flexible depending on what Fnatic pick. They see more room to counter pick out of the 5 position role than the 3.
I think Fnatic should take Omni here. It suits their playstyle. I feel also Ohio's Omni is like on a different level than his Underlight. Game 3. I'm cheering for game 3. I'm not biased here. I just don't want 2 stomps.
Who cares about bias? Be biased towards whoever you want.
Yeah,
No, Blitz. If you're biased, then you get blamed by all the peeps, man. You've been there. Blitz.
I've always been a bit biased toward certain teams I like. Who cares?
Can't help it. That's life. Human emotion,
I'm
guys.
cheering for my boy Abed.
Yeah?
Good.
I'm cheering for my boy Rezo.
But Brazil also is fun, so. I'm
Rezo?
torn.
Exactly.
I mean, everyone in this game is cool.
You played with Abed. You played with Envy. You played with Pi. I almost said that was it, but you did play with Pi. We try to forget Mouse Sports, the 18 pink. That was the thing. And you coached Jerax, Rezo. I think that's all the relationship.
Why are you so clear on that?
What?
With like a jealous like ex-girlfriend.
No,
I'm
but it's
keeping
like
track.
I'm trying to list the allegiances so he knows like which way he's being torn. Like technically you have more people on the Fnatic side, but you were also like a coach, which is kind of like a pseudo mom
Yeah.
to 2 of the players on.
Now you're just making me question my loyalty.
When were you coaching Derrickson?
It was Liquid.
Liquid on
Oh,
Shanghai
okay.
Major. Did it, dude.
So, who was banned? So they're gonna ban Tinker. What did they ban last? Plus, So also Fnatic, when they play Omni versus Panda, they actually like going aggro, and they like putting Omni versus Panda in the lane. I feel like Fnatic, they really need to just go with what they've done. Like, it's a good approach. Like, I understand why they put the Wyvern versus Tiny last game, because they want to limit no-tail. Because a lot of the games where OG's been winning, like, my personal opinion is like, Resolution is a great player, but like, you can see when no-tail has a really good game, like OG just auto-win the game, right? Like there's some heroes where Rezo can just completely 1v5 on like anti-mage, but I think OG generally they should try and give no-tail a good game for their team. It's always kind of been like that. Like he's their playmaking, like he's their core that kind of talks and leads, besides us 4. So now Fly's hero. Like, now there's a Wyvern for Fly, which he should take here. Unless there's like, another 5 he wants. Another 5. He doesn't really play Rubik's stuff.
Shaman.
Ban.
Does the Omni change what kind of a 5 you want? Does that mean you need like a stronger zoning hero or
Bane maybe?
Yeah, because I feel like Wyvern's Q is gonna get limited by Repel or somewhat.
Oh, I
wow,
forgot there's a
no
more.
hesitation. Yeah, they've already banned the AA, so they just grab Rezo's hero thinking that's going to be the game winner.
Not about that hero.
What if they take Rubik?
Fnatic?
No,
10 seconds.
I think Fnatic might take the Rubik.
yeah?
Yeah.
I can't pick the Abbott Tinker response more.
They might take the over the Wyvern. OG should take, unless there's not what other 5 is there.
I feel like the big thing with Morph is you want to have secure his lane as much as possible.
Be like someone dying pick or something.
Dying,
I don't know what
Bane.
else Fly plays. He's bad. Ross is bad. SD's bad.
Seems like Bane is really bad against CC heroes.
5 seconds.
He's good because he can secure the lane for the Morph mid. Okay. Pick the Bane.
And now you're flexible. You can put the Bane Morph mid, or you can do Morph safe lane depending on what Fnatic pick. Find the best matchup for him.
So, probably the reason they didn't take the Wyvern is because he's really bad versus the Omni in the mid game, and also he doesn't really give you catch. So, right now, like OG have cool things with this Morph. Like if you saw like Virtus Pro, what they do is like they pick the Morph and he plays in all 3 lanes, which is a broken concept. Because a hero that can play in all 3 lanes is like, it's kind of like how Liquid played Venomancer at TI7. Mind Control played it, and Matumba played it in both mid and carry, right? That's honestly why Veno and Necro were so imbalanced in that patch. And now you can't really play like Veno offlane as much, it's not as good. And so that you can see the hero kind of gets depleted, because he got nerfed obviously, but it also like doesn't have as many lanes to go to. And now like the Morphing hero, it's like he can go all 3 lanes, which is it can go mid and safe. It's not gonna go offlane. Now the Weaver pick again.
10 seconds.
Is it looking like the aggro trialing Fnatic's been doing? They've had success with?
I think that's the only way they can win this game is by going. They have to put the Rubik and the Ogre in the lane versus no tail, or they have to put it versus the Morphling. And they need like the hero that'll win them games from Abed's play, for Abed. And what is there? Because OG should ban like they're probably gonna ban like some Storm here or something.
That's what they did last game. That seems to be the tough thing for Fnatic, is they're saving Abed's heroes for last when they don't even have the final pick, and then his heroes are being banned out. Tinker, PL banned. Last game the Storm was banned. Came another Abed hero again.
Is DP looking good here again? Because I feel like there's a lot of pressure from Bane and Earth Spirit coming out.
For sure, I
DP
don't
felt like tough hero to do last game and even tougher this game.
I just think the silence is going to be really nice against Brood, Morph, and Bane.
Don't Fnatic need wave shove?
where they bust out the meepo.
Is it? Doesn't it get?
Why?
Is
Yeah,
it
he's so
rough
bad at
against
lane now. That hero's like really weak.
It's a kind of. It feels like Fnatic, like where the draft's at now. They need that kind of crazy, like X Factor hero though. Like if it's not the perfect meepo game.
I should just take like Quap.
Turn to ban.
Their lineup is so all in. Like, they honestly just need to pick Medusa, and OG actually banned the meepo. I actually think Fnatic might have. Meepo is actually quite good versus Morph. You
Yeah.
can't waveform out of net, by the way. I was always thinking like I think Meepo is quite good versus Morph, and you also buy Diffusal.
10 seconds
You're so fast paced as Meepo. Like Morphling wants to farm, and Meepo wants to
5
farm, but
seconds
Meepo can actually kill Morph. And you buy Sheepstick too, which is like a really broken item now. So it actually could have been a good Meepo game for Fnatic, but OG ahead banning it. And what is Fnatic needs a no-tail hero now. I think like maybe Dragon Knight is quite good, even like a Razor, but I don't think he'll play that hero. What else does he play? I swear I've seen
He
him on
plays.
Tiny
He
every
plays
game.
the Death Prophet. Do that mid.
DP is quite good. I like DK for them because they need like a stun, but they have Bane Earth Spirit, so maybe they want to go more like Death Prophet route.
What do you think for Fnatic? Something like Quap? I feel like you need something that plays
Fnatic
fast.
bans the DP. No, like Quap, Weaver, Omni, like it's so weak. It feels like I don't. It just feels like the draft would be so weak. Quap, especially in this patch, is like laning is so like Bane will just sit mid on Quap, and Quap that doesn't win his lane is like a useless hero. What is there's like Storm left. There's Invoker again. I feel the Invoker will get dumpstered in lane.
Bust out like a Husker or something. Omni Husker.
They gotta go. Like they actually have to do something like
That's
that.
that's where I feel like the meepo. Like based on these first 8 picks, it feels like OG have outdrafted them, and they need some crazy last pick
Like
to
look,
change the game.
those last 3 heroes are just like heroes I felt the Fnatic should have picked.
Yeah.
But they picked this Weaver instead, and
And there's no point saving that last pick really, because they're going to pick fourth. Like they have 2 consecutive picks, so they may as well have picked up its hero earlier.
I would have liked a PL 4th instead of the Weaver. I think PL is actually one of the better heroes versus Morph. You can use second spell on the E-Blade. Morphling generally wants to like burst a hero fast, and Morphling can't really man fight PL, and PL buys Diffusal.
The PL was banned in the
Yeah.
second stage. They had to pick the first
okay,
2.
okay, yeah, my bad.
Only the meepo was available for fourth pick. But
Templar. Yeah. I think you just take no joke, you know, just pick like Viper here or some shit. Like Viper, DK.
DK's great get first Templar. You're not going to like out farm him or beat him in lane, but you
10
do well.
seconds remaining.
They can still pick like something to lane versus the Omni.
5 seconds
And
remaining.
Morph mid mid.
yeah, Morphling mid. I think Bane Morph mid will just like shut on TA. TA is actually a very weak hero versus dual lanes. I think it's a reason this hero is not picked in this patch. Even the last patch at TI, like he wasn't really picked that much. Cause like TA actually has no useful spells to fight. Like you see all these mid dual lane heroes that have some spells, you know, but like TA you have like some refraction, you have side blades. Like you don't really do anything in the lane.
Choose your hero.
Brood actually, Brood is so good
Is this
versus
Brood
TA.
laning against the Omni, or is this?
I think it should be Brood mid versus Templar, honestly.
Okay.
Could be Brood versus like even Weaver. Like Weaver does nothing in lane.
yeah, they want to do the Brewmaster safe lane. Just have the 1v1 while Brood goes off.
Well, they need to put the Omni versus the Brood because that lane is actually good versus for Omni. I think the Brood can't really send spiders onto the Omni.
What do we... OG Fnatic Game 2 draft? Lumi, you feel on either side?
I like OG's a bit more. I've seen No-Tail's Broodmother yesterday, and even though he was laning against Bristleback, right, which supposedly does well against Brood, he just started pressuring first the bottom jungle and then the mid, and it got to a point where it was really hard for the other team to make a comeback. And I feel like this is going to be the same thing here against Fnatic.
Couch number 2. Which side are we on?
Well, I feel OG has like way better draft. I look at Fnatic's draft, I feel like their cores, like they have this timing, like where the TA has Deso and Omni is fat, and maybe it's Omni can carry this game. Like honestly, it comes down to Omni, because Ahaya's Omni is really good. I don't know what his win rate is on that hero, but I feel like every time I see him on that hero, they win, at least in Southeast Asia. They slayed Mineski with it, and they played like TNC, they beat him, and then it became like permaban. So it's nice to see them picking that, but like the win condition on whatever the OG side, like the Fire Pen actually owns TA. Like you take away all their faction. Like Omni is countered in some ways by the Omni G is countered by the Purge. They can't really kill Morphing with all that this game. Like I feel this game heavily favors OG, but I see Fnatic has a win condition. The Omni kind of gives them, because like the Repel TA is not gonna die to OG's draft. I would say like 60-40 for OG. 60 being good.
On the looking at what the draft is. Okay,
Yeah.
so not maybe as one side is kind of making it sound like. Are you on the same page, Will?
I'll stand with my fellow
Yeah.
coach brother.
Alright, ride or die.
I'm a caster.
Oh yeah, no. Mirroring each other's career arcs.
Sorry.
Alright. Yeah, we'll see any weird, crazy lanes coming out. It looks like OG gonna do somewhat standard. It will be the Morphling mid, it looks like, with Rezo hovering around the bounty runes and Brood putting a web up top that could actually just be some mind games.
30 seconds to battle.
Talking about No-Tail's Brood, plays it a lot differently than Matuma Man.
He has 4 clarities, right? That Brood?
Matuma Man just plays Brood like farm the jungle and the ancients, like, constantly get really fat. And they hit this timing where he has Death Zone. He plays like the one position. The way No-Tail played yesterday, he literally just went around making space. He wasn't that farmed, but he made a lot of space for his team. He took mid tower, like he was just doing some cute shit while Storm got fat. So you'll see in this game, he has to play like that. When you have Brood more, Brood needs to play like. They put the Brood mid this game. They put the Panda versus aggro, which they expected.
Oh, JRX.
Jarek snipes the bounty rune and then harasses Arbet on the way to mid lane. Doesn't hit the rock.
I think yesterday Brood had to play like that because I think Rezo's Storm was getting, like wasn't he 0-3 to Prophet and Slaughter, like just stabbing him?
Yeah. Well, I think regardless, the way No-Tail plays as a player, always play that same way. Not like he will never play for his efficiency. He will never play for being like some selfish one player, like like some Amy or he's gonna play to help his other core, and he's 1-4 majors playing like that, so there's no change. And I know people like don't really understand what he does. It's kind of the way Envy's playing now. Carry for Abed, you can kind of see Fnatic. They're a lot stronger. The Envy's trying to play a bit more of like a playmaking. Like it's an identity for G itself, and you don't want to change that. So that's why, like, regardless of how it goes, he'll always play the same way, which is good, because it gives your team something to identify with. You all know how No-Tail is gonna do. He might not be the most farmed hero on the map, but he will always make the unselfish move, which is very admirable.
And that's where OG, like, through roster changes with different mids, has always gone from one, like, big hard carry farmer to the next. Like, they had Miracle, then it was Ana, now it's Resolution. It's all these guys where it's like, you're the guy who's gonna be our win conditions, we keep saying. They're the guy who's playing that hero that comes online in the mid to late game and just wins the game for them.
Yeah. Like, I think after this TI, No-Tail probably saw how Matuma Man played at TI, going mid for Miracle, and I think that's maybe a big reason they want. Because, like, I think No-Tail after this TI probably wanted to play more mid heavy. You can see it in the start of the OG at this after TI. No-Tail was playing mid at the start. They were losing, but I think this meta actually favors OG a lot. Like the whole how the carry and the offlane, everything the mid. I think this patch is kind of like their patch.
We've seen them win a minor on it, so coming off a minor win, they're in an okay position. Still have to beat their beast that is VP, but right now, one game away from being in that finals.
So at what point does Fnatic need to help mid? Because doesn't this TA have issue with the fighters?
thing about the new brood is that the broodlings are like always vision, so you can like play this refraction and actually guys top.
Envy to a bad start here, possibly a second kill, but the DP will come in.
Like this Bane pick, you saw it in game 2, like I think this hero was suddenly forgotten. I still think this hero is insanely balanced with this patch because everything he gives is exactly what a 5 position should get. He has one weakness in that he doesn't have that good team fight, but I feel like he gives like his spells are so imbalanced at level 1 to 2. He probably has like with Wyvern, you know, Wyvern has his Q, but Bane has like the sap spell. He has insanely high armor, high move speed, high HP for support. Suddenly you see this hero, like people are understanding like, why do we need to overcomplicate things? Let's just pick Bane again. You saw Virtus Pro pick him. And I feel like this hero should be strong.
Especially teams that when you can just prioritize winning the lanes and then winning the game from there. You win 2 lanes and chances are you're in a good position.
Who needs team fight when you have Medusa and Morphle as your like win condition?
Yeah.
You literally just need to survive. And at some point this hero will carry the game. Hard. Like there's not really better late game heroes right now. Just two.
Here comes the pressure on mid lane. Arbitz with a lot of Spiderlings dancing around him, trying to get the side blades off, unable to really successfully do so. That's a good bunch of damage. Arbitz actually does bring him down in the end.
30 last hits. See that?
He went up from like 22 or something. That was
He found the angle. He did the math.
Yeah, No-Tail was trying to dance around and not let him get a side blade hit on the top lane though. Pi. Oh, 2-man stun Jerax. Should we even be surprised?
Look at enemy's last hits. This is the Bane effect.
The Bane effect.
Yeah.
You have to CS with Shikuchi. But it's only level 1, so when he uses it, that's how they got him last time. So he's not like willing to use it yes anymore.
It turns out when you Gemini attack, you double 0, it's still 0.
Abed's actually playing this lane.
He's
well.
winning this one.
Yeah.
He's actually owning.
And No-Tail's constantly low HP. Who through all those clarities? Has got the Soul Ring, but yeah. This...
I wonder, like,
my God.
I think their Earth Spirit should play mid more now. I feel like the way that this lane should have been is that the Brood gets the big army, right? And the tower dive there should have been with Earth Spirit. See? But it wasn't synced up. Earth Spirit was helping top. And now suddenly Brood needs to make his army again. And they need to be patient. But I think Jerax understands this, or No-Tail's calling him. But the way that OG have to play is that, yeah, the Brood army has to assemble. He needs a bit more Broodlings, and then they need to dive. And then Lanai cannot do what he did. And the Siege Wagon just spawned, and No-Tail, yeah, he's gonna get this thing, and he needs to make sure his Broodlings have, oh my god.
Jeez. There's also traps now, so that makes it die. Oh my god, is he gonna die? Side blades?
One more right click, Arbit's not going to find a top lane. There was another kill on Envy, but this mid lane feels like the place to watch though with all that's going on there. But top lane is the try versus try. Not often there's a 3v3 lane and mid's looking more captivating. That Arbit TA is destroying him. Well, he's being outplayed now.
No, they missed that first Brood army should have been a kill for No-Tail. I don't think they communicated with Jerax though. Like that's 100%. Like the refraction will immediately die. There's a roll and there's a stun.
Oh, Jerax comes back for the bounty rune after walking away, but may pay for this with his life. Has a kick.
Oh, does he pay them? Rolls
5
up in
seconds.
5.
Should be okay, I want to say. Yeah, he can roll away soon. Meanwhile, bottom lane, the first blue split comes out onto Ohio, and he may just get solo kill here. As for Brewmaster, Spirit got the roll away, but is still being chased by him. There's so much space from Jerax, and he's got another roll. Doesn't have a TP, so may have to run around in circles for some time, but he can wait around, maybe make it go in mid lane once he's got enough mana for it.
He dragged them all the way from top.
His last hits, by the way, 77 last hits. I mean,
That's gotta be a record, right?
Incredibly in play, but that does feel like a record here. And No-Tail going to get brought down by a nice rotation. Envy getting the last hit.
Can we press like Y really fast just to see the what's kind of back?
Jerax, 1200 net worth lead in the mid lane though.
Look at this. He baited them all around, and then he found the exit.
The thing about this right now is the side lanes for No-Tail are like winning so hard. Like the Weaver is really poor.
Yeah.
The Omni died solo, and the thing about TA versus Panda is that matchup. TA does like no damage without BKB, because he will always get.
He has repelled this game though.
Oh yeah, true.
So it's a little bit better,
Yeah, that does have a jag. You're right. Actually.
as much as Notel can look at those side lanes and be like, those are going well, it's not like he's being tri-lane to get shut down. It's one hero beating him here.
So how the game has to go is like the Templar is gonna get Deso, which he's doing. He's not going Blink because Abed realizes like if he doesn't get farm this game, they are going to lose. Just good. And he needs this Deso and they need to just go and 5-man with Bloodlust and Lanaya. And that's like their win condition. And OG just needs to survive that.
Oh, Pi.
Here though, with the Bloodlust, he can... We've seen this
Side
before.
blades onto the spider.
He misses, he dodges the stone, what a
Takes a
god.
few more, now the lift under the tower. Notel gonna get brought down. Yeah, there we go. Pi gets the Sun Under to bring him down, and Fly in trouble as well.
These kills in mid lane, Envy's just said, my side lane's not working, I'm gonna come mid.
Is Abed to 100 CS yet?
After that,
Yeah, oh my god.
He's so farmed. It's insane. I don't know, he's actually gonna, it looks like he's gonna 1v5 this game. It's looking like it.
Yeah. Alright, Morphling, I mean, that's the thing. Morphling's farming as fast as he can. He's free farming, having the best lane possible, but...
Oh.
The Omni should TP. Omni should already be TPing right now. Omni...
Oh, okay. I mean,
He's just gonna turn and try and bring down Jarek.
uphill miss though.
Yeah. Bloodlust comes in. This may be able to help him out to survive. But with the Brood showing up, this is a... Oh, you're dead, Abed? Protection's there.
Can we click
Good.
Omni? Can we click the Omni? That's really bad by him. Like, 100% IR should have TP'd. Like, the strength of this hero is that he TP's in to save your cores. If Abed lives there, this entire game changes, because that's the Panda split. But suddenly OG are going to now, like, pressure mid tower. Their most farmed hero is dead, and that gives so much gold to the Panda and the Brood. And
It
even
also
the
opens
Earth
up
Spirit.
Rezo's game.
Yeah, that was a really bad. I don't want to like say too much about it, but like I'm not sure if Abed didn't call because he is a quiet player.
Yep.
But someone else should have called. Like 100% the TA shouldn't die like that. They weren't doing any damage.
You're well and truly a caster now, Sammy. You cursed the Omni Knight. You said Ahai is one of the best Omnis.
I mean,
Best hero
he
and-
plays it well, but I'm not. I don't know if this is miscommunication or what.
No-tail dust. He is truly being a team player. Got kills. Does not find it, and more spiderlings go the way of Abed.
And that one kill kind of changes a lot. Now look at the Morphlings net worth compared to Templar. It's evening out a little bit. And now it's really hard for OG's Morphling to die to Fnatic's heroes. They really only have Rubik Lift and Ogre Stun. But TA is one of the better cores versus Morph. It's like what I was saying in the draft, like Morphling doesn't really like playing versus cores he can't kill fast. Templar has Refraction, so he'll dodge the E-Blade.
Yeah.
You can also you can burst Morphling, because Morphling generally doesn't buy armor items. Like he has high armor because of his stack game, but you don't really like when you turn to strength you lose all your armor, right? So Templar can kill Morphling. He's definitely really good, especially now that Morphling has no replicate anymore. So you can't just blink out.
Okay. Oh my god.
Wow.
I thought that was just a cute play or something.
He straight up executed him.
Oh, dude.
It's so brutal. Oh.
If you died like that, you'd be pretty sad. You know that's getting clipped.
Yeah, but at least he didn't get the kill.
I mean, that almost makes it better in some ways.
This is a really
It's
good
the
smoke.
Executioner squad.
This is really good smoke.
They were there.
Neutral my
Abed
ass.
spent his money. He bought a blink, it looks like. But yeah, they look to bring it down.
Alright,
again.
there's the TP.
Omni, TP, he's gonna lift. S4 got.
Oh, the kick though.
Jarek's got.
Jerax into
Dude,
it.
they were ready for that.
The stun into the lift. No Omni Knight for you.
Do you think you could have TP in the trees? Would that made it? Probably would have been a little bit better.
I mean, he just wants to TP as close as possible, I guess. But nice block on the roll. They're going to get the kill on J-God. But
He should have, like, what happened is the first time he should have TP'd, he could have TP'd in the trees and Abed would have healed. But this time, like, I mean, I don't know. It was just a really good play by the Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
Honestly. Because he did have vision, to be fair, and he timed it really well. But yeah, if Omni TP's in trees, he'll be able to, like, at least help him out a bit. But he TP'd in full vision. Now, with all that rotations, like, the beauty of that smoke is they force so many TPs mid. Resolution gets a free tier 1 top. And now Resolution is gonna farm. Oh shit, what?
What?
oh, Waveform Fable. He's full agi and just gets bursted by DJ.
My
You know,
god.
this is some of the best support plays in the game with
Oh, yeah,
Jerax and
look.
DJ.
Well,
These guys are making plays.
this is happening a lot sooner than I thought. I thought they were gonna wait for Deso at least, but Morphling dead.
He went Blink as well. He didn't go for the best. They have bugs. There's yeah, they have bugs. Bugs. This is good play. This is a classic little E Roshan. He's won a lot of games in the past years, just like getting these Roshas that no one else thinks of. But this Panda doesn't have Blink, so.
Okay. Oh my God! If they're gonna get this.
By Rezo showing up as all the way through from DJ.
Oh my God!
And S4 gets the Aegis. This could not be going worse.
They'll lose this fight badly though, but.
Rezo needs another waveform to get out of there. Haya trying to burst him down. He's full strength with me. He's getting torn apart by this physical damage. Carbon will take him down, so it's actually okay in the end for Fnatic. Not too shabby. They don't get the Roche. It could have been a whole lot better for them.
Rubik went tower too.
Rubik also took Fiend's Grip, so it'll make the next core gank much easier to come by.
Okay.
Resolution's game kind of got messed up. Those two deaths. I think what happened is after he took top tower,
Grip.
He's gonna grip him.
Yep.
B kill Abed shows up as well.
DJ God.
DJ almost through some sick individual plays have just turned this game around for Fnatic, giving them a chance against this Morphling.
What Resolution should have done is after he took the top tower, he should have immediately bottom. The thing about Morphling is like that's really imbalanced. Is the hero can fight. People think this hero just sits and he farms, but you can with the new morph especially like you're actually a really strong tower pusher because you could just siege towers and you're impossible to kill. And that bottom tower should already died by the Morphling, but he died twice, and now his game is like his flow is kind of ruined. He would have had honestly like if he didn't die those two, he did the play where he TP bottom and farmed the entire Radiant jungle. He would have already had a Linken's by now, but now his Linken's time is very slow. DOTA's item build actually.
Oh, MV good.
No follow-up silent. They get the stun.
He does have time lapse. Yeah, he's gone.
Wow. Yeah, without time lapse.
Just no tail with his dust.
That's the second dust he's bought this game.
It's actually so funny.
And Envy was going Midas as well. If you click this hero, he's so poor.
He bought it just before he died, so I guess that's
The
okay.
Brood bought a Mask of Madness but sold it. So I saw it pop up earlier on the Brood.
Resolution's
Got
doing.
the medallion instead, it looks like.
Swing's a good move now. He's bottom or on the Morphling. He's gonna take this tower, and what No-Tail's gonna do is he might die here, but he's gonna be able to defend the tower.
He might die. It looks like Lift is not going to be enough. They don't have any follow-up from the Rubik.
They had grip off for like 2 seconds. It's
He's
unfortunate.
looking for the grip. Can he get it from the high ground? Doesn't look like it. They get the stun. Multicast as well. Abed trying to burst him down. Blinking already onto the high ground, almost
He's making
anticipating
space for his
their
team. Look how much space he's making. How much space he's
Oh my
making.
God.
DJ's there.
Alright,
waiting
grip.
for grip. Okay, Yules.
It's okay.
Shouldn't need the
Look
grip.
at the Morphling's doing during all this. People think this is no tail, no brain, but look how much space he made. And now Fnatic can't even take top tower. That's what he did. And now Resolution's already hitting bottom tier 2, and that means that he's gonna force a reaction here. As soon as Resolution sees this TP, he can
Got
just
grip
run.
though. You say it was a smart play from No-Tail, but perhaps Rezo follows it up with a play that could have been punished.
Lift?
Got the lift.
Yeah.
They're going to kill Rezo. I mean, that's the thing. That sounds off as, I agree. It's a good play from No-Tail, but Rezo waving in for that creep wave, getting punished by DJ again.
I think the problem was, I think what Resolution was doing was good, but I felt OG's, the heroes were not there with him. What should have happened is like the Panda should have been there already ready for their sprint, and when they TP in, they should kill him because they know that Fnatic can't be both places at once, right? I feel more than anything that was OG's heroes not being ready because what Resolution was doing was really good.
And he's probably also just expecting like maybe that Rubik doesn't have grip anymore.
Yeah, I think that's the play though, right? At the same time, like if there was no grip on the Rubik, I don't think he dies there ever.
Yeah, there's no way. It feels again much more like a really good play by DJ than anything OG have done wrong.
Damn.
That's another kill.
And Aegis, can they kill the second time? He's surrounded. Should
Is
be.
telekinesis ready?
He's playing a bit
Red
soft.
Spirit stun goes through. S4 though. Trouble is not going to throw the split, it looks like, and DJ's there. He knows if he uses the split, he's probably giving it to DJ. And
OG's playing a bit like too split right now.
SNY Omni9.
Yeah, he goes Yules and SNY and then Radiance. That's his like bread and butter with face moves. He just running hits.
Okay. You coach Resolution. Is he a player that tilts easily? Because he's had 3 very annoying deaths. Like,
He gets frustrated pretty he like works on it, but I think his like weakest trait always was like he's not gonna really blame his team so much there, but he's gonna get frustrated in himself.
Radiant's top
He's gonna say like, "Fuck, I shouldn't have done that," and I think he'll linger like a little bit because this guy's like a very flow-based player. It's so easy for him to go like 11-0. It's pretty rare for him to die this much. Like this is one of the few games where I've actually seen him die this often. Because even in losses, like Rezo almost always has a successful game.
And there were avoidable deaths as well, in a sense. I think that's where that makes it work. It's not like you got 4-man smoke gank at level 1 or level 2
No, you're actually
early
just
on.
dying in vision.
Yeah, and he got solo killed by a Rubik by like a waveform steal, and then bottom lane it's like, well, Rubik had grip in the trees, like just like random stuff you just don't expect. That's kind of like I think what Lil's talking about. He's like, man, Dota's such a random game sometimes. Like, stuff you just shouldn't and doesn't normally happen sometimes. Just manage to, some player will do some crazy thing and make it work.
Oh.
Pi.
They're gonna go for TA.
Is Ohio TP?
He's running. He's just so fast.
They timed the drop down with the boulder smash into a grip. Alright,
Sure.
Rezo's back, gets the pilot die kill.
They might get more here.
Blink clap, they've gone onto Ohio, he's gonna repel, but
Okay, maybe not.
repel GA.
I was thinking like Fnatic hit their timing, which was the Deso Blake, the Omni being really fat. And I felt all they have to really do is like play as 4 while the Weaver like catches up. And they're playing a bit too split, I think, right now. And I'm not I'm not sure it's because OG's pushing the lanes really well, but like they're out of sync. Like the TA and the Ogre and the Omni should be together, right? But instead they're very split, and the TA dies. And like this hero, like if she loses her snowball, like CCNC was saying the other day when he was casting, like if he loses a snowball, he's not like the best late game scaler, because he's like a very single target hero.
Okay.
DJ's Rubik has been...
Oh, he's got his own spider armor.
It feels like he just has like the perfect spell at every
Yeah.
He needed a nuke to kill him there, he has a nuke. He needed a lockdown grip to kill the Morph, he has it. He needed the waveform burst to kill the Morph, he has that. Every time he has the spell he needs.
It's like his flow is good, you know. That's what Blitz kind of means by flow. When your flow is good, everything kind of just seems to work out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
It's like even something in sports I heard, it's called flow state. They talk about it in basketball and stuff. Everything's just
Is
going
that
well.
being in the zone, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah. we say in like Dota, just okay.
You never could.
You'd say like something feels good. You'll say like, because there's so many variables and there's never really like 100%. It's like, but you kind of just know like when things feel right. Like the moves that you're making, if they feel very natural. But I don't know if Rezo feels like this. Whereas like for DJ, everything just seems to click, right? He goes bottom, he gets a kill. He goes mid, he gets a kill. He goes bottom again, he gets another 2. The game is just very, it's easy for him to play right now.
Do you guys feel like OG right now has very low plays whenever they don't have Brew Split? Because like the Brewmother is so weak, given where she needs to be, and then the Morphlings also slow down.
The problem is that they lost their timing where they could team fight. Like OG won the lanes, and then the Panda was super snowballed, and then the Morphling was also snowballed. And what should have happened is that their core should not have died, besides maybe the Brood. Like the Morphling should never really die this game. Instead he died, and now suddenly the networks of Fnatic are looking really good. If Fnatic is going to have this lineup where they have this ball of 5 that OG cannot go into. That's kind of the counter to Morphling.
Oh my goodness.
And it feels like they're going to be able to scale okay against Morphling because all 3 of their core is actually getting really good farm right now. Like Weaver's got this Midas, so he's going to continue to keep up and accelerate and farm. Omni's just having a great game. TA's, despite the deaths, is still on top. So.
And Morphling can't solo kill any of the cores right now on Fnatic's side, which is really big.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just feels like yeah, the team fight of OG right now, they're not able to fight. They need to delay the game, which they're doing a good job of. For sure.
Never mind the cores, even when he gets the E-Blade, there's Yules on Rubik for defensive purposes.
The third spell as well on Rubik.
Yeah. I mean, that thing's on the offensive for the most part because he's just killing kids.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, he has it on defensive as well.
This is kind of the counter to Morphling in a way. You have this ball that can't be touched, and he only has one response, which is split push. But That's kind of what's gonna happen.
Pretty pesky split push given there only catches that Rubik lid.
Yeah.
They'll have an Orchid on TA.
Okay. That's a Lincoln.
The thing right now is that Noto is being so annoying in this top lane. He's not really being efficient farming his jungle, but he's just constantly pressuring top. So Fnatic has to respond here. And what this is doing is making a lot of space for Resolution to farm everywhere. And you can see what's going to happen is he's going to push out this wave and he should immediately head to bottom. He's running top, but he has like the options of either going top or bottom. But looking at the map from OG's side, they have like everywhere to play and keeping Fnatic in this little loophole. He has his E-blade soon. It's going to blink out. For a fight. But he didn't lift it. Oh, he lifted
They've
off.
got the lift on the army now, so they can at least focus the other heroes. DJ has been so problematic in these fights. If they get him, it'd be fantastic. Molten going to wave on into a GA though, getting the 1 kill. I think, yeah, Fnatic have got the edge here with the GA coming out. They're ready to try and turn and fight. Jerry's just
Look at Ohio.
Hammer, man, it's just coming down.
pounding away. S4 split ends.
And that was probably like the best team fight beginning that they wanted, right? OG, they split and they got Ohio up in there for 6 seconds.
I don't.
And they killed the Rubik during that.
I feel that was more like. I think regardless, OG they shouldn't have taken that fight. I
They
think
shouldn't team fight, period.
They shouldn't. What was happening was amazing for them because the Brood was keeping people top, and they were locked in. Like if you go to where the dire ward is, and we're dying here.
Maybe they got baited by their own ward, right? They had a ward really in a good position.
I understand the reasoning is because they don't want to give up the Roche, right? But it's like they should play it a bit more calm. Like they should let Fnatic is the one stressed because even though Fnatic had like a lead, or I don't know if they had a lead, but they were keeping Fnatic constrained there. And Fnatic is the ones pressured. Like they don't really know what to do. Like, they have to respond to top, but then suddenly Morphling is bottom. But instead what it did was Resolution went there to farm his Ancients. Instead he should have already ran bottom, pushing in that wave. And now suddenly it's like the pressure on both the side lanes. And now Fnatic are feeling like shit because they don't have catch, like what Blitz was saying earlier. And if you guys were saying as well, like, but instead what happened is you give them the fight that they want. And now it results into the Templar getting the second Aegis. And they have Cheese and Weaver. And now this is like when Fnatic is really strong. For the next like 4 or 5 minutes, like they are kings on the map. And OG have to run away, especially with their heroes. So it's really up to like how Fnatic plays the map right now. Now it's Fnatic's game to lose. It was OG's game to lose before, but now it's Fnatic's game to lose now. Because like I don't really see what OG can really do when Fnatic just push their high ground. Motil's really poor now. He spent all his time making space, but he sacrificed his farm for his Morphling, his cores, other cores supports, but it's like all those deaths kind of ruined the game.
Even his item build is kind of to empower his teammates. The Solar Crest. One more right click needed. Earth Spirit should survive that Orchid damage. Oh no, goes down in the end and Abed. Finish him off, look for a second kill. These side traps constantly slowing them down and they are just taking apart OG one by one. Fnatic is just steamrolling through. 5-man pain train.
I can tell what you said about Rezo. I feel like in a normal game without those deaths, he would be bottom.
I think he
Still
would.
push.
Yeah, I think he's good in this game.
But you can feel he's kind of like half his mind wants to like help his team for whatever reason, and half of him wants to like be Resolution from TI6. As Resolution from TI6 is what's gonna win this game, but he's trying to be like join these fights and stuff, and now suddenly they're actually just gonna lose racks. I don't see what he does. Does Panda have buyout?
Nope.
Damn.
Is it this mentality where it's like you've died once, so you don't want to do what your hero's role is because you died doing what you felt was your job?
He got spooked because he got screwed, but it was just an unlikely situation anyway. He got outplayed, but it's messing up like his internal clock. Rezo feels like he needs to fight because they're not fighting, like the rest of his team's not getting it. But he'll create space for his team. It just tells me like he doesn't think that they can win.
You can tell OG like they were playing this game really well, and I think those 2 deaths, I don't know like what actually happened.
Fnatic played really well though.
Yeah.
Like not to discredit them at all. Like it's not just all about what Rezo did wrong. It's
No, but
Fnatic was really calm.
it's not just about Rez, it's like the entire like when he was hitting the bottom tier 2, I felt the Panda should have been there like behind him. See my point?
Yeah.
And it's like they're kind of out of sync, and I'm not sure what happened. Maybe it's like because like Omni is kind of an annoying hero to play because you don't ever want to fight this hero, and that's why Fnatic plays really well with this hero. Like Ohio, his only mistake I felt this game was not TPing mid early, but besides that, he actually has been playing like all his spell casting has been amazing. He's been getting all the right spells off. He's been in the right places. and he's pushing lanes. He's so fat on this Omni.
I mean,
most Omnis you see have like no farm, but look at this. Look how farmed he is.
If you notice what Envy's doing, like he's not rushing these fights. He's just keeping that top lane pushed out at all times. Playing this well too. So is I mean DJ obviously stole like 8 spells in a row that he needed to kill. Had a ton of impact.
You came too close to this.
I think this game's really hard now for OG to win. They just got gems taken too.
3 time lapses. Oh my god.
He wants to fight now, dude.
Hit the cheese too, and they're gonna have a 4v5 fight once OG respawn, but there's still 25 seconds for them just to take this like
There's no Weaver with them either. This is how confident they are that they can't lose the fight.
Yep. No supports, that's the lockdown, the silences, and this morph cannot really kill anyone.
Fire.
He's got some evasion here on the Brood, but
Okay, defensive shotgun. Soulburn's gonna take him down though.
and S4 does not get off his split. Insta stun from Pylite Eye. That's AG really, feels like.
This is like the first game in a while where I've seen S4 have very little impact in the mid game. He generally is very big.
It's a team concept though. Like when they lost that one fight on the south edge by Radiant side, like that was kind of an unrecoverable.
Oh jeez.
Jerix makes a nice little flashy 4-man stun silence, but it's
Fight.
nowhere near enough. And yeah, we get the game 3. You guys wanted this. I think a lot of people wanted after a very one-sided 2-0 from VP. And OG, despite what we felt was a decent draft from them, 60-40, Sam said, I mean, it definitely felt like Fnatic up